Esp manages to find at least Crystal over top. That drops the bomb, but it does still leave Tossin a chance not to be. He's going to take it as well, and that's going to make it 1-0 for Space Soldiers.
Yeah, like the point I was trying to make there. Penta, the idea is when you're playing a contact strat like that, when you're moving slowly into long A and towards middle, as soon as you get spotted, the game's up. Like they've spotted multiple players towards that area. You haven't shown presence at the other bomb site. You're pretty much committed at that stage. You get the kill, man advantage, take it. You've got the smoke and the flashbangs there. Smoke with connectors, get up quickly. They decided to go really slowly, allow the CTs to reposition themselves. Xantares rotates back over, picks up 2 frags on the top middle, and this looked a little bit too easy for them. So Penta, a disappointing start there after getting an initial kill, but they will be force buying into this round. 4 sets of armor and upgraded pistols as well. It looks like Crystal will be the AWP player here. He's only going to have a P250 in his hands. The rest of the guys on Space Shoulders, though, going for 3 SMGs and 2 rifles, which is fine, but considering no bombers planted, so there's no risk of the AKs coming out early unless a bomber's planted this round.
That's just going to wait down below this time at mid, trying to get that MP7 go to work the second they arrive. Manages to dodge the flash, throws one in for himself. He's not going to act on that, though, because the player at danger is forced all the way back. So Tabson's got a free kill, no trade position available. Engine, meanwhile, he's going to bring over that UMP, which is a decent pickup against armor, and that's exactly what they've got right now on the terrorist side.
Yeah, 5 and 4. And they're deciding to go towards the B side. This actually could work out pretty nicely. You can see there are 2 players for the CTs on towards the A side, so real chance here to make something happen. The Desert Eagle will be going in first as the point man, trying to open this site with a nice one shot. It's going to be only waiting for them. There it is.
Tossin, that's 2 big Deagle kills to start things off. Down he goes, rather. Tabson had the first one. Their names will always confuse me forevermore, but Crystal's now trying to just distract over at A as the bomb gets planted on the B site. It's Xantares and Engine left to rotate, and Xantares manages at least the first kill. That's David P. gone as the MP4 gets the opener. But again, watch that Crystal play, because he could walk around from behind right now, cut off the rotations. Mike's going to catch Xantares, and it's all on Engine. He's close to at least the bomb, but he has no kit. He's going to try and bait them out. Again, it's the UMP. Good against armor, but not good against 3 players that have him trapped, as Mike S. will give the round back to Penta.
Wow, interesting round there. SMG's not really working out too well for the Space Soldiers. I'm guessing they're trying to go with the close-range battles there, but they were getting picked by Deagles at long range. There's the shot from Tarsin there. Bang. That's what I was hoping for. It worked out. Penta bounced back. Force by coming in from Space Soldiers, though. They fancy themselves as Desert Eagle users as well. 3 of them, and a couple of 5.7s as well. No utility apart from a flashbang. We'll be going for the B stack as well, but this should be a very slow round coming in from Penta. You don't need to rush these at all. You work out where the stack is first, and see where you go from there.
Already trying to do that face strategy out toward long. One to bait, the other to wait, but no one coming that direction. They'll take over danger instead. But as we can see, that's being watched and guarded closely. And the terrorists mid. It's pretty spread out strategy from both right now. Bomb still waiting all the way back toward the courtyard, as we can see behind Tossin. And there it is. Crystal spots up the first player in danger. They still want to hope that Desp can wait and have anyone walk into his crosshairs out toward those hay bales, but no one's in that position yet. David's going to go, but watch out, because Only's on his left. He does take him down in the end, but it's traded. Xantares with the long shot. That's why the Deagles were bought. It is a much more open map for pistols to try and cover real estate. Tossing catches out Desp coming in behind. But now they're going to work, and it's going to be bomb toward A. Nice shot by Crystal as well. The UMP takes off Hugek's head. As Crystal, well, that Molotov, that didn't work out very well now, did it?
Well, they should be able to secure the round pretty easily. It's just going to be Engine and Xantares remaining. They have got the MP7 in hand. And the 5.7, maybe probably worth saving these, but Xantares looking for anything he can, just checking the obvious spots there, unable to find any terrorist players, so just waiting for exits right now. But like I said before, they'll just be trying to save these guns and take them to the next round. We'll have a look how the money sits for them. It's not going to be great after that force buy, but saving these 2 weapons will be something to work with at least. Crystal almost burning himself to a crisp there.
Yeah.
Not really sure what the plan was there, but
There is a way to throw that Molotov with the vent not broken out, that if it lands, I know what he was going for. If it lands correctly, it spreads all the way to the wall and the stairwell on the inside. So no one can cross it to balcony. Unfortunately, he missed through it, so the flames spread toward him rather than into the other room.
Perfect.
So
that's what you want. Well, here we go then. So the money situation for the CTs is not in a good state. We've got that MP7 saved and a Desert Eagle with head armor as well. Let's see how the rest of the guys buy into this round. They have got enough to justify some more upgraded pistols. Santeras has dropped the MP7 over to only. Engine with the USP and head armor so far. That can't be right. Surely, if he's got the head armor, give him one of the better pistols. Surely, man. Surely.
Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it?
We got to invest our money on this.
Well, it's going to be a full save. Penta should be able to get 3-1 as the opening scoreline after losing the pistol round. A pretty good start for them. But, have I spoken too soon? Tuguk's great shot with the deagle again. Takes down Crystal, and they'll try and get the trade. They've spotted his shoulder. Tossin's going to go in on the battle, but hasn't been able to get much damage into Tuguk so far. And in fact, Tossin's gone down to 54 in the process. Watch Desp, his head's been spotted, and he gets it torn off as Tossin continues to push onto the A site. And they're going to let him go to work pretty much solo right now. They've got Tabson at least in a position to catch off Engine and a second man back out toward Long, but once they get another pick, they'll surely rush this bomb into A. Yeah,
they've got the man advantage now. They're just trying to see out what CT reactions come into play. Obviously, when you're a man down, you need to be pushing, trying to gain a kill somewhere else on the map to try and get some control. So far, there hasn't been much of a reaction. The CTs have split up completely, 1-1-1. And now I can see Zanteras rotating back towards B. He's got an inkling something's going on towards there, but that's isolated. Tuguk's at the back of the A site. Has got the deagle in hand and picked up a kill already. Can he do any more magic with this?
I guess. Tries to intrude upon Tuguk's safe position. David P's found Zanteras. It's down to only in Tuguk's, and now only. I like it.
Only. And he's got the MP7 towards drop down. And a whole lot of options here. And he's just hoping someone walks into his crosshair, but I don't think that's going to be happening as David P slowly snakes away. And that gun's not going to be too useful next round, so not really much point in saving it, to be honest. Might as well try and cause some damage to the money of Penta. Who knows, maybe he does fancy saving it. Like, SMGs are very viable on Cobble. Like, obviously, like, it's the only map we'll see, like, the sawn-off shotgun, for example, so it has got a lot of close range, little cubby holes that you can hide into and make the battles very difficult for the terrorists. But he looks like he will be saving this little SMG. Yeah. What do you reckon, Matt? Do you think he'll keep it?
No.
Let me have it inside your brain.
I mean, he's up against armor, and MP7's really going to do nothing. He could, if he wants to play the long game and have enough faith in his 4 other teammates to do big work. Yeah, he's going to have to play close angle. I don't see it. I mean, if he can do some damage, help them on the to slow down the entries, but more successfully would be if they could get some utilities to do some damage early, and then he close peeks when they rush in. So if they can get nades, if they can get Molotovs into the...
Well, presumably he'll be going
quickly
towards B, and he'll be one of the very close-range players, maybe to just below the platform.
I would say that's probably his best bet. Drop or platform, obviously, but he is going to go out toward... Okay, questionable. Tuguk actually finds Tabson, but he's actually going to rush the platform. He's going to spot a player running back as well from B, so this should give more information to the players on A that they left B, or at least aren't putting pressure on it early. And Tuguk's going to take up duty down at the bottom of the pit, so this will cover off mid. And Desp going to play from a distance against David P. If he dared peek around that corner, he would have been waiting. Zanteras is in the swing position as well. He's going to have a lot of pressure applied. He's going to have to make the right decisions on the right times throughout the entire CT half for them.
Well, they've got 3 men towards the A-bomb side right now. So intel has been gathered from that initial kill they got onto Tabson. Just put another player towards mid as well. Zanteras is just absolutely fearless towards his mid position. What players would play it much more passively. He was more than happy to face with his M4A4.
Smart that he went over to the left on that play too, because he knew that they'd spotted him, so the nade, somewhat predictable, gets behind the pillar, only just. Mike's trying to pick away at him, and Tuguk is going to wait. If Mike oversteps even slightly, he's going to go down, but Zanteras will win it on the spray. Now it works back to B, and remember that stack that you saw? That was on Only's push at long when he spotted Crystal running back, but they've since put the pressure back onto this B site, and that MP7 is going to have to come up big. Engine holding from the rock, 2 players approaching from inside the archway. And that's obvious now that they're there because the Molotov tossed out gives it away. The first player, Crystal, no idea. Doesn't even spot the fact that there's a player behind the rock and only does make that MP7 work. So money gathered, gun grab, but it's David P against him and Only's going to clutch it out.
Wow. The MP7 coming into the frame as well, doing some decent work there on the platform. So we see Space Soldiers getting those first couple of picks. Santeras with that real nice spray control at the top and middle. That's actually very impressive. And they pick up the round. They forced Penta to go towards that B-bomb site and just capitalize completely. Here's the spray I was talking about. That's actually really difficult. You know, that stage of the spray, like a full 30 bullets to actually land a headshot is pretty cool. And good positioning on the B-bomb site to finish things off. Penta do still have enough to have a nice full buy here. It's currently 3-2 in their favor. And the double orbs coming out for Space Soldiers now. So a change of pace for them. The Only and Desp ruling those.
In different positions as well. One at the top of mid from the doorway staring down through. If anyone dared push from courtyard in the second. Over at B. Not surprising we've got one there. But it's interesting that it's not long A, because this gives a rotation to that second op as well. Quick flash. Desk caught by that. As 4 players from the Terrorists have a favor on the A site. They're going to run boost him, just put him above so he doesn't get spotted. That was really clever.
I like that.
So they've read the situation and expected the op to be there, obviously.
Yeah, you're right. So they've now got in undetected towards the end of long 8. It's clearing out key areas of the map, and this is like kind of envious style. Have one player anchoring over towards drop down, getting attention, potentially trying to work a frag, and the rest of your guys get set up. 40 seconds though, maybe potentially changing the mentality and rotating back towards B. This is the
wow.
distraction.
He actually nailed that shot. Tossin was trying to shoulder bait that out. Tugux is going to follow it up. Molotov tossed in slightly deep. 2 players past it. Flash as well. There's no chance for Only, or is there? He stays alive longer than I would have expected, but it's a great entry. Crystal turns around and Zanteras gets obliterated. That's going to allow the bomb to go down on the statue, and Desk forced back by the flames. Has to watch his left side. David P, another kill. This fell apart so fast for Space Soldiers. As everything on A favored them, but everything at B fell apart. Desk with at least 1 shot on Tabson, but not checking his right. Crystal's there. And it's another one for Penta.
Wow, so that was kind of a little bit of a weird round there. The fact that Penta got all the way down towards the end of long A and didn't have any presence towards B, really. Left 2 players there, went for the execution onto A, like that's the distraction going in, and 3 players went towards B. Didn't actually get any frags at all towards A, and somehow, when they went back towards the A B-bomb site, everything fell in their favor. I think this is a fully blind kill on the screen right now. And then Crystal turns it into a double as well to secure the round. Pretty impressive stuff from him. As now we go to 4-2 in favor of Penta. And it's actually knocked Space Soldiers onto a pretty much full eco here. I've got a couple of PT50s. That's about it. As we're into round number 7 now. Now Crystal has the AWP. So that double AWP setup didn't really work out too well for Space Soldiers. You saw them once the flashes and smokes came in. They got a little bit too isolated and weren't able to actually crossfire correctly. But there we go. This should be a little bit of a throwaway around here. Not really much you can do with a couple of PT50s. I hope. Touch wood.
Well, we'll see. My guess, already going to take down Zanteras. Engine's going to wait in the same position at drop. Hope that pistol can do the close proximity damage on the entry. Meanwhile, Crystal, evaluating what's going on at A, is eventually going to head back over and join his teammates on their approach to B. Which there's only 2 men left. It's just going to be, at this point, Engine and Only.
Yeah, not really much they can do here. They're going to just be obliterated in about 5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1. Your timing is correct. They drop in. He doesn't look at all, though. Okay. How did Only get away with that?
I don't know.
David, I assume, when checking the corner, thinking he'd be playing an off angle. Either way, it's traded, so it may not matter that much. It's only 1 man down. Bomb to be planted. Space Soldiers try and rotate back into the site. They have gotten fairly close. Tujux is going to actually deny the bomb plant. It's traded again by Tabson, but this buys time for Desperate. Look how far away he is, and that is an AWP staring at him, not to mention Tabson, very quick to act, has himself 3 in the round.
Considering the buy they had, they're getting 2 kills on that sort of rounds. Not bad at all. But here we go then, back towards the guns. We have a difficult buy coming in for Space Soldiers here. I thought they'd have more cash in this, but they've got 3 Famases. They have forced an AWP out as well. No utility, no armor on him, just a full naked sniper rifle as we enter round number 8. This will be a difficult one for them. Only 1 kit as well, Matt. So, again, normally when you're in these situations, you need to make that AWP work for you. You need to be getting a pick there just to give you a bit of breathing space. And it looks like maybe you will be going for a pick here. As he is towards middle. Did take some nade damage, and that can be very dangerous when you've got no armor. Luckily, and he takes 1 HP there. David P just trying to get some attention towards the B-bomb site. Keep some presence there, keep the men from rotating over to A. So it looks like opting to finish off.
A good amount of spray being fired out right now. Crystal says, all right, that's enough. You're flashed. You're dead. Nice peek.
That was really sick.
I give you full credit, Crystal. That was quite sick. They've shown 2 clever plays at that same position now.
Yeah, they've got loads of little tricks. I haven't actually seen that before. That was quite cool. Like, obviously, I thought there was going to be like just a flash middle and kill anyone close by, but he's actually doing that purposely. Flash you up, fast face him. Obviously, something he's done a lot of times.
Yeah, had the angle dead right. As Tugux now has to rely on the rotation from Xanteras to help him out. Timing is everything. Just misses the fact that Tabson has walked down in, or rather Tossin, there we go again, into danger. But they're clearing slowly right now, Penta, so they want to try and get in on this A site. If Tugux spots that smoke going over, he's going to know they're close, and he's going to take the peek, but Tossin still wins the duel. And now Xanteras is going to be caught in the open, as he very nearly goes down. Fortunately for him, the gun was not drawn, and Tossin faced to force away. Unfortunately by that nade, so it leaves Xanteras a little bit more life. However, Bomb all the time has been approaching on the B side, and inside the smoke, it's going to be planted. Only's on low HP. Crystal's easily able to take him down.
No kits.
It's a huge factor in this, is it not? Xanteras switches to the AWP and is able to collect at least one. It's 2 versus 2. Remember, 5 extra seconds in this rule set. But Engine, he's found Mike, and Xanteras pushed up very quickly with the rifle instead, and they will get the defuse.
Nice retake there coming in from Space Soldiers. Looked like a round that potentially could slip away from them. We saw that attention towards A from Penta actually was quite successful. Got 1 kill and then went straight towards B, but Space Soldiers didn't take the bait whatsoever. They had 3 players there, a lot of presence in the AWP stepping up as well. So there we go. They managed to make that buy work for them. Remember, it was 3 Thermoses, 1 AWP. And then no real kits as well, just 1 remaining. And then they capitalize and win the round. It's a big one for them. As we're into round number 9 now. The money situation has shifted a little bit. As we can see, David P's only got a Tech 9 in hand. And they're going for a faster B approach, it seems.
Well, Desp this time is going to be holding from statue. Xanteras, rather than playing in mid for the rotation, or connection rather, is down toward the drop. And Engine there as well. So they're playing slightly closer angles this time on the CT side after picking up that 3rd round.
This is like a B wall of smokes coming in. Like a plant strat.
Tabson awaits the call. And here we go. How do they react? Xanteras isn't going to be up on top of the tree. That's where you'd want to be in this situation. If you can get boosted above, see through those smokes. Instead, he's just spamming, hoping some of them will catch damage from the flames and then go down to 1 stray bullet. But so far, no one's walked out. They've also checked the corner off in the process. Watch the lineup. It's a trade. Desp actually gets back into Crystal, but now he's got to be careful because Tossing gets closer, and the AK in that range takes over the AWP. Little did they know, however, that Engine had gotten back in a great position. Tugux gets overwhelmed from behind, but he got 2 beforehand. David P sparring off right now with the Tech 9, but he goes down in the end. It's only to clutch it, and it's now going to be 5-4. They're closing back up.
Wow, that last frag there could have been a little bit problematic had he got that Tech 9 kill in the connector, but they managed to stay on and staying alive once again. Space Soldiers, another attack onto B. They've defended pretty well, and Penta now should be onto a full quasi-buy hit. It's actually more of a force, judging by Mike S's money. But they've got smoke grenades, Molotovs, and I assume it'll probably be more the same. Trying to get towards B, smoke off some key areas, just go for a plant in any way they can, make it very uncomfortable for the CTs, but let's see what they bring to the table here. Grenades being chucked in to drop down. They're trying to cause some early damage. Probably read the situation quite well in terms of the economy. Keep things passive. An Engine has only got a 5.7, so potentially thought to themselves, okay, well, we can't afford to get another rifle, so let's just keep them on that. It's fine. We know they won't have rifles either.
Smoke still deployed top drop. Xanteras again playing closer to that drop position this round. They've kind of swapped it up. Tugux is going to go back over and play that rotation swing positioning connector instead. Keep an eye on Engine with only the 5.7 to work with. Because if he goes down and Xanteras isn't able to react in time or gets too preoccupied with what is about to be a very quick rush out of long, then it does open an opportunity for, in this case, Tossin to try and get the kill onto him as well. Des missed the first shot, drop in already, down by the tree. This is where Santeras is expected to pop out and help play the support role, but he hasn't done so just yet. The smoke's preventing it, and Despy's going to get a second chance for the peak. He'll drop Crystal. And that slows Penta down further. Again, Engine down low on HP. Santeras is forced out of drop. They've given it up, but they'll play it when they walk into the site. Great shot from Des, up close. No scope on the second as he's preoccupied, but Tabson, despite going down, gets avenged by Mike S. And a great shot from Crystal. Suddenly it's back to a 2 versus 2. Bomb not planted, though, as it did get dropped inside the site. Tugux holds on, and that'll do just enough for Only to come back in and take it with the M4.
Yeah, that BXQ didn't look like anything to write home about, but all of a sudden it came to life. They found some frags. No one from Crystal there to bring it to a 2-on-2. Did make things pretty exciting. Had that fourth kill come in, it would have been pretty nuts. This was actually quite impressive from Des. Like, the no-scopes he got onto the site. If you got this third one, that's like frag movie footage, but unable to land that final one. But still, nice display of skill there. As we enter round number 11 now, its score is currently 5-5. And it seems like Penta on yet another save by here. Just a few Tech 9s, Desert Eagles, 50s. And this time Space Soldier's going for a full rifle setup. Their money hasn't quite stabilized yet. You can see that in the utility.
Santeras going to get boosted this time up toward long, so he's being quite dynamic in his defensive positioning as he tries to take down David P early. Fire will force him back out to the right in transition. Santeras gets the kill.
And now then, he was the distraction when the rest of his teammates are making their way out towards middle. Haven't really got much to work with. It's going to have to be another Desert Eagle. One ball to see what they can do with it, but they have been spotted now, and you can see Only hungry for blood here.
Ooh, good flash though. Only stuck. He strays away. He's fortunately got bailed out by his teammates because that was awkward.
Yeah, just went for the whip your mouse around randomly and hold mouse one and hope for the best. Luckily, his teammates are there to bail him out. But here we go.
Could have been bad.
Another full buy coming in. Crystal, once again, has shown some impressive AWP skills on their gun round, so let's see if we can continue that form. Having a look at the scoreboard quickly, we've got Santeras on 12 frags, and leading the charge for Penta is Crystal, as mentioned before, with some good AWP work. Let's see how this round goes down. They seem to have more success towards the A-bomb site, Penta. That's where they seem to be getting most of their frags and opening kills as well. So let's see what they decide to go for this time. One player for the CTs going towards long A. This is distraction once again from David P. He seems to be in that sort of happy role.
Only trying to spray through that smoke. Crystal goes low and Only runs back. Interesting choice to... Okay, well, drops the smoke by his time, but could have been a counter peek on the fact that he was an elephant running back up there. This allows Tabson to try and hunt through danger and catch him off guard, but he's already retreated. He's back inside the site. In fact, dropped down on the ramp as well to watch out for mid. So Space Soldiers are being quite quick to change positions after an initial attempt to gain information, but Crystal again, watching that same angle, takes down Tugux.
Obviously very comfortable pre-firing that shot as he picks up another kill there and brings it down to the 5-on-4 situation. You can see the CT's trying to react to this. They have moved the player over. That's going to be Engine coming onto the bomb site. And the T's are starting to make their way towards the end of long A. Only. And Desp. Oh, actually, Desp was over towards B. It's one of the two players remaining there. David P trying to sell something towards that side once again as he drops down into...
Well, this is easy kill for him, is it not? Santeras out of the picture. Times that perfectly to cut off the rotation. Tabson. Great shot on Engine. And Only, well, I'm sorry, Crystal was waiting the entire time. He tried to be so sneaky.
Yeah, that's a real problem for the CTs. Crystal once again gets that pick towards the top of mid. All of a sudden, the round is open, and David P given so much freedom there. Like, drop down as wasn't covered at all. He gets straight into connector, and like you said, just easy frag. He could have knifed him if he wanted to. And that really did settle the round as Penta pick up their 6th, tying things up once again at 6-6. Desp trying to save the AWP. He was on the A-bomb side, but has made his way all the way to T-spawn. But Tabson isn't going to make him have the easiest time here. But it has a very sneaky spot. I didn't even know you could get in there. It's kind of cool. Just hiding beneath the decks.
He can't even like...
Oh my god.
Okay. All right.
He's done it.
I like it. Oh, but he's fired. Are they going to find him? Stay put.
Oh,
He's made it.
It's quite a big save as well, you know. They can make some serious things happen with AWP on CT side. Got to be dropping that over, and they are going to be force buying this as well. That AWP has made this force buy possible. As this is a big round. This will make either team potentially eco here, so Into round number 13. Currently 6-6. So once again, Penta with more success towards that A-bomb side. They seem to find almost all their rounds so far.
That's a great point to make. Tabson this time getting close to the door. Tuguk's playing a lower angle. I doubt they'll be as comfortable sitting high up where Crystal's obliterated them now twice.
Yeah, I'd say probably give that one a wide berth, as it doesn't seem to be working out for them holding that angle. It seems blowing them out every single time.
Xanteres this time is going to be waiting toward the drop room. Good shot. There's Desp gets one, but Tossin takes down only immediately after. Negates the damage and the man advantage at that. And now they split. That boost at drop didn't get much information, so they'll throw the second man back over toward A where they've lost one already and try and figure out exactly what the T's are up to. Remember, a lot of time to work with as Space Soldiers look to try and get closer and closer onto this B site. Crystal, again, comfortable to just sit, wait, and hold an angle. Is there going to be a utility to force the push, though?
No, haven't got a Molotov to work with, so all he can do is sit and hope.
Desp gets back into safety as Tabson gets closer, but overlooks the fact that Tugux is over to his right side. That's going to put him back toward long. They've got a second player approaching. It doesn't even matter. Mike S. already finds him. Crystal, you've got to hit that shot. I know it's off-site at this point, but I don't know why Engine's even sticking around to fight. He should just go. In that sense, it's still a win for Crystal because it pulls him away from the action.
He's bailed. So, yeah, he didn't get the kill, but like I said, it's absolutely fine. It's delayed the CTs and guaranteed them the round at least. As now, once again, Xanteres has the car away from the bomb site and admit defeat.
Inspect his gun on the way.
And inspect your gun, that's important. Make sure it hasn't got scratched.
Yeah, you don't want to jam it. You know, fire next time and it doesn't fire.
New feature coming in CSGO in 2016.
You got to clean your gun barrel like America's Army.
Let's not scare people.
Do you remember America's Army? Did you play America's Army?
Never played it. Seemed a bit weird. It was actually recruiting people for the actual army.
Yeah, right? So I mean, I don't think there's any relation at all, but okay. If that works for propaganda, you go right ahead.
No, that's what they were doing.
I know, exactly.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No, I know.
Right,
I'm saying it's like a ridiculous
tactic
in doing so.
Yeah, there we go. I thought I was like, oh god, maybe I got it wrong. No, that was right.
No, that was right. I played it, I think, for 10 hours or something and decided that it was a little bit slow for me.
No, I never had the chance. But anyway, Penta taking the lead now. 7 plays 6. On the money situation with the CTs is in tatters here. They did save 2 guns, so something to work with here. Xanteres has got the AK-47. The rest of the guys, absolutely nothing really, apart from Engine, who's got the FAMAS in hand. So they're going for an aggressive play here. They do a decent amount of damage to Tarsin there towards the top of middle, but Tabson's coming in to rectify the damage. As he does take down one, that's only make it a double. As Deska taken down as well. Xanteres does chime in now. He's got a real chance to do some damage here, but Crystal, staying true to form, takes him down and secures the round there. That could have been dangerous had he not hit that shot. Just going to be Engine remaining now. And he's going to be watching towards drop down as he's the last player remaining. Not really much he can do. The options are very limited now. I like the way the Penta are approaching this though. They're making sure they think about every single decision. Doesn't matter if it's a 4-on-1. They're making sure they stay together, holding flanks, and entering the bomb sites very slowly indeed. Look how careful they're being. It's refreshing to see sometimes, Matt. You see a lot of careless plays going into CSGO. And these sort of rounds can sometimes slip away of your grasp by making some questionable decisions.
Well, this will make it 8-6.
Yeah, it's a very strong half so far.
Yep. But at the same time, this is a pretty back-and-forth map.
Yeah, you're literally about to make the same point I was going to make. So, like, current meta is kind of evolving in a way that T-side campaigns are actually very effective now. And if you're playing the map correctly and you're adjusting rotations well or making picks happen, it can quite easily become a T-sided affair. We've seen it, especially towards the top end of the scene. There's like the amount of strategy you can actually bring to the game, like the solid wall of smoke strategies you can bring to it, and the fakes you can do on this map, and the way you can use drop down to get towards connector as well. If you can do those things effectively, there's no reason why you can't win the half pretty much every time on the T side. That's why we see teams like Fnatic doing that pretty much every single time. They'll win their T halves all day long.
Yep, absolutely.
But here we go then. The final round. No kits purchased for Space Soldiers, 5 rifles, and 4 smoke grenades. Nothing else really to speak of. A couple of flashbangs and a decoy. So let's see what they can do with this. Crystal, MVP for me so far. Like, not in terms of he's got like the craziest frags or the most. He's just like opened the map up for them so many times. And his positioning's been really good as well. So let's see if we can continue that now. We are on his screen right now. Oh, we were at least. And let's see what the CTs can do to bounce back. We normally say when you don't have any kits, you need to be a little bit more aggressive, try and find that first pick. Bring the man advantage in your favour.
Smoked across now, let David fall out further. Keep an eye on Desp, who's in that corner. David seems to want to check it, but now he knows it's not quite an easy task because there's more than just he lurking around that corner. Tossen's going to make his home in that stable.
Yeah, very defensive and passive setup so far from Penta. Just trying to work a pick. They know there's going to be CTs lying in wait there. And there's the first one. Only does get taken down by Tossen. Nice headshot from him towards long A. The thing is, though, there is another player, Tugux, waiting in long A, hoping that this position works out for him.
Tossen, slow approach, though. Is he going to check this boost? It is commonly known. It's the only one there. There's no one else at long to counter peek him, and Tossen waits, holds the angle. Tugux gets impatient. Down he goes. So it's a man advantage.
Yeah, he just needed to get some sort of intel there. Or a man down, they needed to do something with it, but unfortunately for him, he didn't get taken out. He's to the 4-on-3. Engine on the site. Has so much work to do, but that's going to help.
Definitely helps. Knows the second player's at least made it to stables, but does he know the third is on the site? He doesn't. Tossen gets a nice pickup, allowing the bomb plant at the hands of Crystal. And Mike S is going to be late to the party, but rotate in on the bottom of mid. That actually might work well because Xanteras is going to walk out from the hut. Mike, anytime. Crystal beats him too. It doesn't matter. 8, make it 9-6 at the half for Penta.
Nice work from them in the last round. I think they lost the pistol as well, right? Yeah, Space Soldiers won the pistol.
It was an eco by Penta in the second round.
Yes, you're right.
So it was 3-1 by the time the first gun round arrived.
Yeah, so you lost the pistol and you still get 9 rounds on the T side. Very impressive indeed. Having a look at the scoreboard quickly, Crystal will be top fragging for them. Actually top fragging on the server as well. I called him out as my MVP so far, especially in that first half. Let's see what he can bring to the table in the second. Obviously, Penta now on the CT side. Let's have a look at the buy for Space Soldiers. 2 sets of armor so far, 1 utility player. The other guy's kind of pondering their options still. Another armor player. Tugux is going to join them as well. So 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs. Let's try and work out what they're going to be doing. I'd say probably smoking off towards Chicken Coop, flashing out, and bursting onto the bomb site. That's my prediction at least. Let's see where they go with that.
No, we'll see if it pays off to try and attack the B site as Space Soldiers are poised to do, but early on yet in the round. Very aggressive stance from the CTs right now over at mid. Pushed all the way down the ramp with a crossfire position set up right now from Tossen and Mike S. Mike S, David P, Tabson, Tossen. Some similarities there, Henry.
Some.
Either way, David's going to get aggressive. Flash comes in. CZ wins the duel. Goes for the second as well. Bomb dropped, and all the kills stacking up in favor of Penta as Tabson picks up 2. Tugux does does his duty in return to pick up the equal amount. Words are hard again tonight, Henry. Either way, if he can pull this off, it would be remarkable because he still has 3 in his way of victory, and Mike's going to catch him. That makes it 10 for Penta. And after winning pistol with this much of a lead, it's going to be a hard battle for Space Soldiers.
It's pretty unorthodox to be buying a CZ on the pistol round, right? And that actually shows you how effective it can be. We sometimes see like the Julies come out, we sometimes see like P250s, but CZ's quite rare. But that's actually a perfect position for it, right? Like you have a high chance of multiple enemies being on your screen at once, and you have the opportunity to spray them down like you did just then. So very nice work from him to get the pistol in their favour. That puts Penta up. 10 plays 6 now. The Soldiers will be buying up this round. You don't get the bomb down, almost certainly going to be forced buying the next round, but they haven't kept an AWPer honest here. Everyone's going to be investing into this one. Apart from Xanteras hasn't got head armor. Go here. Maybe a double potentially. There it is.
That was well done. First time we've seen the boost this game at Tree. Molotov at drop gives Tossen a chance to potentially help out further at B, at long rather. As Tabson spots out 2 players that are already trying to enter into the site, at least to get a bomb plant. That's their goal at this point in time, but Tabson doesn't want to allow any of that. Tugux again, though, is going to play the hero. He gets 1, make it 2, but can't find David, who comes around late from the tree. And Penta now pick up number 11.
Well, that's going to put Space Soldiers in a pretty precarious situation, unable to make anything happen really with that force buy. Pretty much means they are on a full eco this time. Probably can only justify maybe one, maybe two P250s. Maybe not even that this time. Xanteras will be picking up one. And they only really have a flashbang to play with. So Penta definitely can justify keeping their SMGs. David P still going to be rocking with the CZ. As I say, though, he does go back and change his mind. Probably do need 2 rifles there. Let's see what they can do with them. They've got one flashbang to play with the T, so I'd assume flash into mid doors and see if they can force a kill. That's the flashbang. And there they go. There's the kill as well. So at least it's something that is. Actually, we'll get 2 kills here, I think.
They almost could, but David does a good job to pick up 2 in turn. Because they came at him quickly. There was 3 facing him down at one point in time. So it does still favor right now the CTs. Tossing, going to try and spray through that smoke, catch anyone that crosses over. And it would have killed Xanteras as he's only on 8 HP. Instead, though, it's Tabson who chooses to get aggressive, drop down from the balcony. Toss it to cover him from behind, but Tugux again is having an absolutely stellar opening to the second half as he picks up yet another kill. And the round turns once more. It's Crystal, 1 versus 2. P250, or rather, excuse me, UMP in hand. Approaching, there's no armor on either, so the penetration advantage doesn't dictate much in this situation, but using the utility, he's able to force out Xanteras, and now it's down to a 1 versus 1. Crystal, though, he fumbles a little bit on the jump, and it's going to be a clutch by Tugux.
They just won a round with 4 Glocks, 1 P250, and a flashbang. Somehow that's worked out for them. That's nuts. That's a round you normally consider to be a complete throwaway. If you get a bomb down, that's like a bonus. Somehow they go through middle. The exchange was actually pretty equal, and then somehow the 2-on-X situation works out very nicely for the TZ. Space Soldiers coming back to life here as we enter round number 19. You can see this is an interesting play from Penta. They've gone for the 1 AWP buy. The rest of the guys force buying with pistols and body armor. So they're relying for Crystal here to go absolutely huge and see what he can do. It's a big call to make. As they lose this round, definitely in a difficult situation with the cash, but Crystal does go down straight away, unable to do anything with the AWP. Obviously needed to be a little bit more aggressive. Didn't see anyone towards the top of mid, so decided to push around the corner. But it just turned out the Space Soldiers being very passive indeed, and they will pick up that orb and make it a double with their setup. Unorthodox for T-side, but let's see what they can do with it. Yeah, I think they're just trying to dispose of it.
David P, tight angle held at long. Desp slowly approaching onto B. And B, weakened in its defense, as Tabson trying to fire through the legs of the statue. That didn't work. Desp's going to get him. They know it's a boost as well, so they'll try and search for Mike, who hides deeper inside of the site, but he's greeted by Xanteras, who had taken over drop, and only... Well, his timing and his thought process was correct, but his timing slightly off. Does hear David coming, but nice shot by David as he takes him down with the 5-7. And that now is going to make it a 4 versus 2. But with bomb planted, it's a gun more importantly to pick up.
Absolutely. Picking up that orb is huge for David P there. Nice work from the young man. I assume he's young. We're all young in a way.
We're getting old fast, Henry.
We're probably the oldest.
Nice shot by Engine, though. Bye-bye, AWP.
Oh, God, yeah. That's actually... it went as quick as it came. That is a shame. You have a rhymes there?
That's what she said.
Nice.
Tossing. Now desperate to hang on to the AK-47. As that op is far from in a regrabbable position. So that could have been something great if David had held on to it. But now they've just got the single AK moving forward regardless.
Oh, look at the cash as well. That AWP investment from Crystal really didn't pay off, I have to say. We were hoping for him to step up. I would probably prefer... That angle facing towards long A, it's so difficult to make anything work with that. Like, anyone waiting for you always will, like, they've got like 10 different angles they can decide to hold long A from. You've just got to go out and check all of them. Like, it's very rare to see a CT capitalize in that position. He pushes out even further and exposes himself and does get taken down there. So, preferably would have liked him to see, like, maybe anchoring towards A, the rest of the team stack B, but here we go then. We're into number 20, and it's going to be another eco apart from Tussin. He did save that AK from last round. Looks like Space Soldiers will be opting to go towards B site. So trying to make something happen here. It does do some damage onto Des, but not too much there. Unable to actually land the headshot. So we'll boost it up now.
Yeah, he's going to go all the way up on top of the platform. Try and take position, but
watch.
That's a huge misplay. Desp has got to be frustrated by that. He had the shot dead to rights, didn't want to kill his teammate, and look at the result.
Kill your teammate in that situation. Otherwise you lose. You kill the round. I've always told people that.
That's so frustrating.
If there's a kill on your screen, just kill your teammate. Just do it.
Well, now they're
Otherwise
a man.
that happens.
Well, yeah, now they're a man down against a single AK. And a round that would be brilliant for Penta to pick up. Let's see if they can build off of it. Bomb's going to head back over toward A, but as we can see, David P is very close to the action. As soon as the flames extinguish, his Too Good's going to push in and find him. He hasn't. He looked the correct direction, but couldn't get the bullets to land, and that allows Engine to at least get a trade kill, but still, it's the man advantage. In fact, doubly so now as Crystal takes down only to the team that was forced to work with only the one gun, and I'm sorry, Engine. This is going to be the death of you. Mike, very smart to take the extra $1,500 given the money situation, and Penta with their 12th round.
Yeah, that's actually pretty smart from him, looking at him now, 6K. I hope we get a replay of that AWP situation. Maybe it's not ready yet, but at some point in Dead Air we'll have a look at it. But that's one of those situations where you're going to throw away a round if you don't actually take the shot and just take your teammate out with you. Otherwise you both die like they did. And I think we're about to have a look at it now. So this is that's the outcome of what happened. Here's Mike S with the knife at the end to finish things off. And that's a big round for Penta to win. You see Space Soldiers now with no AWP. They will be doing full rifle setup here. Same goes for Penta as well.
Tabson back up on the tree. We've seen him in this position already once, where he picked up a double kill. David, meanwhile, this is kind of cute to get above the smoke out toward long. Cute. Aggressive to do so. Committing 2 players. Actually, my mistake. I thought that he was actually boosted from that angle, but he's not. So they've still got the second man back toward connector. Either way, Xantera's flashed off his attempt to try and take over drop. And it's going to be a passive hold right now on the CT side as Tossin's all the way back out in connection. So they've got the window side of drop at their disposal, but it's still going to be covered from Xantera's trying to get down. Mike S comes back in, and that's the problem that he had. It was right or left, and left covered, right not. It's left that takes him down, and now it's Engine to try to come in with only as they Molotov off the archway, and I think they're having second thoughts about the B site entirely.
Oh, the 5-on-4 situation has come in for Penta at this point. Look at the play they've got here. David P's pushed all the way towards the top of middle, and he has been spotted now, but as long as he can stay alive for as long as possible, and he's doing his team a great service there. Unfortunately, he does get taken down in the end. If he could have found one frag, that would have been brilliant, because you could see it allowed his teammates to have a full-man stack towards the B bomb site. That's now being made redundant. He'll go back to the 4-on-4. And now Crystal has spotted a player towards the upper platform here, waiting for rotations to come in.
And he's got the cross position for Too Goods. Too Goods, though, is wise to it, pops out and wins the duel with the AK. Massive damage done on a Mike S, and a Molotov forces Tabson back. He's caught in the open because of it. Desp with the kill. And Tossin, the last alive, versus 4. And they're already spamming toward him. Yeah. He may, okay, I was going to say, if he wanted to jump up the window, may still get Engine because he's on 4 HP. But the round's going to go against them.
A 5-on-4 situation goes down to this. It just came down to that David P play. It looked so promising on the radar. Like he had players rotating over to him. It allowed his teammates to be all inside the B bomb site. As soon as he died, though, the round fell apart and the rotations came back towards A, then they were coming back towards B. And it just turned into a little bit of a mess there after Mike S's initial entry. Let's go to pick the 9th round together for Space Soldiers here. That's a big one for them to pick up. I'm not sure how their CT money will be looking right now, but they'll be in a great situation after winning one and losing one. Let's see where it sits right now. Yeah, it's pretty dire. See, 3 players could buy. They did save a weapon, so I'm sure they can make something of this as a shotgun for Mike S. Someone had to be without a decent weapon this round.
Well, we know it can work.
We know it can work.
We normally see JW go mag 7. Not the pump, but Mike, if he heads toward drop, has a chance to make it work. It's Tabson, Crystal head out toward Long B at this point in time, and passive play from Space Soldiers, knowing the money situation, hoping someone's going to push out toward Long A and easily get the man advantage, but so far all the attention is about stacking up inside B. Crystal, aggressively so on the platform, gets tagged up a little bit, down to 80 HP. And that's the only action so far. Where's the repeat? Xantera's wants to try it. Poised with a flash to head up over the wall. Mike still standing there with that shotgun, has Tossin to help him out with an M4 as well. Boost him now, and they might actually find one caught off guard.
Well, they need to make something happen right now, obviously. On the back foot with the buy. No kids. Got a shotgun. Need to surprise a little bit here to make that efficient. David P
Oh, he's going to get caught. Gun out. Not ready. Still nearly pulls it off, but only gets the kill. And they've also taken down Toss, and that was one of the 2 dropped players, forcing Mike back further. At least Tabson salvages 1. He's looking for more, but he's not going to get it. Desp is there to hold true. Great shot from Crystal. Drops the bomb. And he quickly snaps over to the AK instead, but he's caught out by Xanteras, who's late to arrive up the ramp. And that poor shotgun. Oh, good. At least he's upgraded it. He's going to be the last alive regardless, Mike.
Yeah, that round didn't really work out for Penta there. The force buy, difficult one to work with. Space Shoulders making their way towards the A-bomb site and just taking middle pretty cleanly there. David P caught with his pants down a little bit with the flashbang out. Does get punished for it. And that should be putting Penta onto a pretty much full eco here as we see Mike S as the last remaining player holding towards the upper platform, just trying to desperately save this M401. Probably not worth Space Soldiers going on the hunt for this. Their money's not great either, so they just want to make sure they keep everyone alive as they put number 10 on the board as well. Very backling 4th game so far. No one seems to be able to make any real progress. Mike S will survive as well.
Yeah. So gun move forward. Xanteras still with the op. He's actually going to toss that back over toward Desp. And the rest on AKs, or is only going to double op this? No, it's going to be all AKs.
There we go then, the AWP for Desp. We're having a look at the buy for Penta as well. You can see Mike S is the only player to survive with his weapons, so we'll be trying to help out and do something with it, but the rest of the guys, P250s and USPs. And they will be focusing primarily on the B side of the map. You can see 2 guys towards connector as well. That is Mike S. It's going to be the talisman here, trying to push through the smoke. Does get punished for that. He takes him down. And moves it to 5 and 4.
Quick pop flash from Xanteras. Still manages to catch Crystal regardless of whether or not he was blind, as he was caught in transition onto the wall. But Xanteras, he follows it up. David P, back of the statue, dead already. And Engine's going to try and look for the last 2 players remaining by the tree. We've got a pause coming in and already called from Mike S. And that means Penta are going to try and recover and regroup because it's up to 11. 1 round the difference for Space Soldiers.
Yeah, I think a pause is probably a good idea right now. They've let a few rounds in a row slip, and the money situation is getting a bit out of hand with all the force buys. So having a look at the scoreboard right now, Tabson is the one who's been stepping up for Penta. Looking on the other side, Xanteras and Tugux leading the charger, 20 and 18 frags respectively. The scoreline is currently 12-11. Still in favour of Penta, but you can feel that momentum slightly shifting off a little bit as we will be entering round number 24. It's interesting to have a look at the Penta money right now. They've got about 3,800, maybe 4K average, and this is going to be a big round indeed. Like if they do lose, if they decide to force up into this one again and lose that, could find themselves in a pretty shabby situation. But I would, I'm trying to work out where I would go with this. You probably want to get the AWPs out again, try and challenge them, play a bit more passive. If you did buy the M4s, it'd have to be M4 body armor, a couple of smokes. When you go Famouses, have the lesser weapon. I would say take the eco map. I've called it. Take the eco. Maybe just quasi-buy, just go like some PT50s or 5.7s, try and cause some damage, and then have a really strong buy. Let it go to 12-12, and then bounce back.
This is one of those really tempting ones, because when you're above the $4,000 mark, you're like, come on, we could just force it, guys. We can do it. Yeah, if we win this round, we can just jump ahead of them again.
If you're looking at the bigger picture and you want to look at the percentages, I would say take a quasi and then come back with a really strong buy. Maybe try the double orbs yourself, and we'll see what happens. But it's a good idea to use a pause at this moment. There's a lot to think about. But at the same time, Space Soldiers, obviously, I always mention this, they get this time to think about the
adjustments that'll be made.
And they can kind of throw a spanner into the works by changing their playstyle.
No, I don't think Penta's going to change up drastically and go, let's go aggressive and catch them off. I think this is more of a, guys,
well, that's the thing.
Slow it down, tighten up.
Cobble's one of those maps you don't really have the option to do that on CT. Like, you could face middle, that's about it. Like, or you face long A, and we saw how well that went. It's not really like a Dust 2 you could boost up short and like have a really nice opportunity to face.
Mike says they're ready.
We're all ready.
Are you ready, Henry G?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Good. Good, good, good. I as well, sir. Godspeed to you.
What is this?
Oh, apparently, I don't know. Apparently Desp says they need another second, though. So Space Soldiers obviously utilizing the time as well. Be interesting. I wonder, this is like an extra free timeout for Space Soldiers as well, because they've already called go and the team that called it
Indeed.
It's the ruling on the field. Does this cut into their timeout time now, Henry?
We called him out. The quasi-buy will be coming in for Penta. So upgraded pistols, some smokes, flashes. I think this is the correct decision to make, all things considered.
All right, so if you go quasi-buy and you did want to try and catch them off, boost 4 or drop.
If you want.
Do it.
If you want to throw the round away, sure.
Do it. But if it works out.
What do you mean if it works out?
I mean, it could be brilliant, Henry.
It could not.
Boost 4 drop, you catch them off, they're like over at ace.
Okay, there's one guy waiting for you, kills one boosted, and he's just waiting for little like...
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's
a whack-a-mole, just kill them all.
It's a gamble, Henry.
It's not a gamble, that's just stupid. like if you were going to ask me what's a viable thing to do here, I would say they've been focusing on the A side quite a lot. Maybe you want to try and get a little stack towards mid, try and bait someone at the top of middle, and you have 2 pistols close range towards mid doors, try and maybe throw a flashbang in when you hear some footsteps on the top of middle, or you just go for a straight up B stack and hope for the best within drop down or something like that. But boosting up drop down 4 people isn't a thing. What it is, you could do it if you want, if you wanted to throw the round away. Maybe you should start your own YouTube series. Stuff you shouldn't do. It could just be full of your ideas.
Yeah, like boost 4 ops drop would be brilliant as well.
Brilliant.
You know what? 4 auto snipers, go.
Okay.
And then 1 Negev on the other side, just ripping them apart.
Just crouch spraying, holding mouse 1 the whole time.
I would say so.
Right, it looks like we have got a bit more of a delay than we anticipated there. Marcus is asking why they're not starting. I'm sure one of the guys went to the toilet or something, probably tried to take advantage of this little break they had. Chicken. So, when the whole world pauses, chickens still function.
Yep. They're not part of the space-time continuum.
That's kind of weird, isn't it?
They also spawn out of thin air, Henry.
And they're wearing Christmas jumpers.
Are they still?
I think so,
I think he was on that one, you're right. They're better looking than Paula's Christmas jumpers.
That was not too difficult, to be fair.
So Tabson leads the way now.
Yes.
It was Crystal.
It was Crystal. Crystal's been a little bit quieter.
15 at half, yeah. So the last 9 rounds, he's picked up 4.
Much quieter, though.
And it's been 8 kills in the last 9 rounds for Tugux.
Well, we don't really have much more information to bring to the table here, but let's have a look at the score a little bit more. So, players 12, players 11. It's going to be Penta quasi-buying here. For anyone who's new to Counter-Strike, it means a partial buy, where you get upgraded pistols, a little bit of utility. Sometimes you get body armor as well, depending whether you're CT or T. These guys just going to have David P on the armor and a 5.7. He's been rocking out with the CZ. Interesting why he didn't pick that one up himself, but into round number 24 now. This should be a runaway round from Space Soldiers, but we saw the round they won with just Glocks and a P250, so anything can happen these days. What do you think?
I think Space Soldiers are pretty comfortable right now. I think they're going to be... All right, here we go. Desp says go. They never clarified why, but regardless, here we go.
Back in the action.
I don't know. I just think Space Soldiers right now have looked pretty poised and comfortable with all the... I mean, go back to that round when it was 5 versus 4, and then David P kind of just hinged the whole round when he tried to re-enter back into B.
Let's see what they can do now. 12 plays 11, we are back into it. It's going to be Desp on the AWP. The rest of the guys on Penta don't really have much to play. We're going for a B stack here. One person towards middle, which will be David. And it looks like pretty much B rush coming in on the Turkish side.
Xanterez mans up. He gets the first kill. Megan's going to try and get in there immediately afterward. He goes down, but look at the trades. It's Tugux again. He's going to find Tossin. That leaves David P 1 on 3. They did well to get 2 kills, but Dasp very quickly finds out exactly where he was. And Space Soldiers will tie things up on 12. Now it's a heads-up gameplay. This is the quasi-buy for the exact reason you wanted to see it. More utility and a full buy coming out now from the CT side.
Yeah, and they've got Crystal back on that AWP as well. So a nice healthy buy here. They've got incendiaries, they've got smoke grenades. Let's see what they can do with this. As the scoreline has been tied up now. 12-12, 5 rounds to go. Interesting to see how Crystal does approach this one. They're going to want him to set the precedent for the map. He will be pushing towards long A again.
Interesting. That gives him information because there's nobody out there if he takes the peek and realizes that. But He'll get the information from Tabson, rather, instead, because he's already realized, guys, I'm blind significantly, and they're very close to this B-bomb site. But Tabson, with a great kill to take down, only drops the bomb and buys them a little bit of space. Space that's since been dissolved, but David again will drop the bomb. And that gets flowing even more forward as Tossin gets a brilliant shot against the AWP player in Desp. And now it's all up to Tugux, who have mentioned has had a great T-half, but this time has a 1-on-3! A nice shot on Tossin, and it's suddenly possible. Again, that bomb dropped on the platform, and such amount of time has gone by that he has no idea where Crystal is. And Crystal's just going to watch that bomb. But Tugak's going to put him in a much closer angle with the AK. If I were him right now, I'd jump toward that balcony, because he'll get the information much quicker. But this slow peek, if he dares try and make it, will have Crystal waiting for it. And the AWP, no, it's slightly back of the door. Hasn't seen it just yet. He's going to at least recover the bomb. And Crystal's going to allow Tugux a chance to try and get this plant.
The mind games right now.
37 seconds. These mind games can go for a while. And Crystal is actually going back over toward A without ever looking to see if that bomb was recovered. This is incredible.
A test of mental fortitude. 15 seconds remaining now. Tugux is doing himself a little bit of a disservice here. Good news for him is no one's going to be facing him at all. I'm not sure if he got spotted there, but the bomb will be planted behind the site.
This is where it gets desperate, because that AWP is still in a good position, as Tugux very nearly exposes himself to it, and now he's confident to know that Crystal is over toward the rock, but he spots him up, and Crystal, thank the heavens for Penta, has picked up the round, and that'll get them back into it slowly, but with 4 players down, it's not done just yet economically.
That's a huge round there. What a clutch. We saw how intense it got. It's like a whole minute of mind games going on. Crystal comes out on top. He holds his nerve. And you can see the money, how desperately affected that has to Penta. Money is still very strong for Space Soldiers. They've got loads of cash, but Penta just needed to win that one. It could have been game over had they not capitalized there. But Crystal, after having a quiet second half, steps up when it matters most and picks up the 1-on-1 and defuses the bomb. Another big round coming in for them. They lose this, they're definitely on an eco, so must win.
Engine back out toward long. That's where Tabson's heading already. Tabson spots one up easily through the smoke. Well-timed flash, and Tossin's got the other. Tabson doubles up. Now he's going to look. Hat trick very quickly. And nice. Penta, now they're rolling.
That's brought them back to life. Like, this round was so huge as well. And they manage to bounce back and get it. You can see the pause coming in from Space Soldiers now. So now they're feeling a little bit under pressure. They probably still have money to buy next round, I think. I saw it's like 2 players and 6k after the buy. But Tabson with his 4th kill of the round. Fantastic stuff from him. Standing out in the open as well. There's great display of skill coming in for the M4A4.
Well, now it gives them, you said lots of money on the T side. That's accurate, but it gives them, with 5 players staying alive, a bit more breathing space. Utilities drop them below the 4K mark on just about everyone.
They've got one buy in reserve now,
yep.
So even if they lose this round, they're okay. But yeah, that's a big factor here. If Penta can take this one, definitely sets them up in very good stead going forward. But they're going to the toilet as well now. Everyone's going to the toilet these days, apart from us.
I don't go to the toilet. I'm superhuman.
Is that superhuman quality?
Yep. I have a waste disposal system built into my body, Henry.
Okay, interesting. Well, 14 plays 12 now. Penta, after a couple of difficult rounds, that crystal clutch may have just saved the day there. A defining moment as they take the lead once more, and now in touching distance, it's getting map point. As we enter round number 27, you can almost assume that Space Soldiers will be buying into this one. It's just how they buy into it. They've been experimenting with some B rushes so far. It's been hit and miss. Like, against the ecos, obviously it's worked very well. Against the actual guns, it hasn't been too effective. So I'm sure they'll probably buy up and take things a little bit slower. Maybe get the AWP back out once more and see what they can do with that. But it's a round where Penta definitely have some more comfort now. Obviously, the money's been stabilised. So won that big last round, kept all 5 players alive as well. Tabson getting some confidence there, adding 27 frags now. So that guy is firing on all cylinders. Crystal has been the one that's quiet this second half, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, he wins that clutch. Doesn't matter how many kills you got. That means everything.
Yeah, I mean, this is
ready again.
Obviously, there's going to be a buy coming out right now from Space Soldiers, but
Yeah.
this is tense. I mean, this next round, like you said, 1 in reserve for Penta, still 1 in reserve for Space at least. Bomb Plant could make it 2. But it's only 2 to go for Penta. So effectively, Space Soldiers have buys to the end of the game.
Yeah, I think they're fine. It depends how many orbs they get. If they decide for some reason to get double orb, that won't be true anymore, but I'm sure they won't. Then you have to drop 1 gun here for engine.
I thought they said they were ready. Henry, they're messing with me.
I think Penta are the ones who went to the toilet. It's Space Soldiers who are called a tactical timeout.
Oh,
so
have they? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, either way, they're taking their time about it. We know that they took the longer of the timeout during the Penta call as well.
Maybe just more mind games coming into play. Make the pause last so long that all the adrenaline and hype levels completely release from Penta's system. Right then. Come on, guys. How much?
Let's go back to that NIP conversation.
Do you think we have time? As soon as we start talking, it's going to go on.
That's why I'm doing it. It's
Okay,
Murphy's.
Right.
So yeah, you asked about Pith
Yes.
and the likeliness of bringing him in.
Well, they have brought him in.
They have brought him in. I thought you meant, sorry, the likeliness of their success having brought him in.
Yeah.
We know they wanted Twist.
Yep.
They made an offer for Twist, apparently 3 times. All 3 times he turned it down. Now, if this was a year ago and Nip was still at the top, it's hard to believe Twist would do that. But he's sort of the last missing LGB player that's not currently on a top-level team, and he turns them down. So not only that, I think Nip was a little bit shocked when Dennis was the immediate pickup from Fnatic. They never even asked for a Nip player. And that's when they realized, our real estate suddenly changed. We don't have as much, I guess, power in the scene as we thought we did. And that was sort of when they second-guessed what was the rumors that were going to be leaving. This is based on a few tidbits that I've heard. Therefore, they can't get the player they want. They can't find an AWPer. They go with Pitt. I mean, who else would be available? Schneider's a pickup, but I doubt they're going to go toward him.
Let's talk about Pitt a little bit. Obviously, he went to the States to join who was Luminosity and went on to Winter Fox, right? And that's with the likes of like Lex, Devil Walk, and 2 other names. What's his name?
You can do it.
Can you remember their names?
No, I can't. That's the weird thing. I should be able to. XP3.
Yep, and there's one more. I know who he is. Anger.
Anger, yeah.
That's the one.
Todd.
Got there once, and eventually. I didn't actually cast those guys, maybe that's why. Anyway, they had a very, it was like the dream, the EU-NA mix. Would this be a thing? It definitely wasn't a thing. It didn't feel like, it didn't really have anything to talk about in terms of any decent results. Maybe some online stuff they did well in, but the team disbanded after about 6 or 7 months.
Pith individually, is a player that I think is underrated in a lot of ways, though. Obviously, the NA experiment didn't work. That didn't bode well for his, I guess,
at least it was a spotlight
value.
Right? Like people got to see more of him working under the
in harsh conditions.
Yeah, so but he was like, everyone has always said he's amazingly individual in terms of skill. So there we go. That actually worked out pretty nicely. We're actually finishing the point off just as they're going live again. But yeah, just to finish things up, I have no real idea how it'll pan out. Like we
turned on the in-game sound. All right.
Bit of bad language coming through there. Apologies to all the light-hearted fans.
Crystal. What a rude dude. Yeah, anyway, my point is, you asked about Forrest then, if we're going back on the AWP. Forrest was getting back to his older ways and picking up the AWP a lot more recently anyway, so that could be something we see from him. But regardless, Crystal out toward long already. A little bit late to arrive. Didn't catch the player crossing over. That was Desp, who is staring down the same angle with an AK. Remember what we said, this round for economy puts a lot of pressure on Penta even still, despite that they are 2 rounds away from securing what is map number 1. That's right, still map number 1 in this best of 3. And only going to drop a smoke out toward that second doorway. This should mean that they can focus on danger when they do walk through, which is, as we see, occupied nonetheless. Tuguk's going to be the first one in, and now they'll force their way onto the stairwell, but Crystal has dropped out at least a Molotov to slow that down slightly, and Tuguk doesn't want to go alone as he made it by. His teammate did not. And they'll turtle back in the site slightly and play the long game. Tabson's loving this boost spot, by the way. 3rd time we've seen him up here now.
Yeah, it's working. Well, here we go then. We're coming down to the last 40 seconds of the round. And no progress has really been made for Space Soldiers so far. It's going to have to be some sort of execution onto a site. They have got smoke grenades to do it. They've got 3 CTs to battle onto that B side, so maybe a distraction play coming in from these 2 towards A. Try and peel away some CT players, and then hopefully have less to deal with towards B.
Nice shot by Crystal, though. Just pots out Tugux on his 3rd or 4th attempt to peek. Xanterez will compensate for it, and he comes back out. He's taken over drop entirely. Tossin's down, and Desp's going to try and work on this A site, hold the 2 CT players in position, and that's worked out so far. Poor old David P is left to his own devices in trying to take back the B site. Luckily, Mike S has cleared off the danger and can try and help him out, but Xanterez is going to find yet another one inside the site. That's 3. All 3 kills this round for his team at his hands, and they're going to try and do what they can. 2 versus 2. Kits on both. 1 smoke left to play with, and Engine's in a great spot to catch them off as they go by. Wants to make sure he lines the shot up, and Mike, although getting the kill, is immediately traded. Xanterez with 4, and it's now going to be 13 rounds for Space Soldiers.
Interesting round, that one. Obviously, as I mentioned before, it came down to like the 30-second mark before Space Soldiers even showed their hand, but it was a weird play. They showed 2 players towards A. That was the presence towards that side. This is the shot on your screen right now. It's opening things up. But that actually works out pretty nicely because there was so little time left that actually peeled away 1 CT player from B. And that's the moment they went in. They managed to get that shot onto Tabson, who's been the absolute thorn in their side throughout this second half. Took him down straight away. Bomb site became open then, and some great weapons on Xanterez to find that second pick. And gives them round number 13. And we talk about the money being a problem for Penta. And it's testament to that right now as they've got Famises, no kits, still have got an AWP.
Ah, there we go. Bye-bye, Crystal. We don't need it anymore from you. Rip Crystal.
Indeed. Well, number 28 now. This is obviously a huge one for Penta. They lose this round. They're on to an eco when it goes down to potentially map point territory. So up against the ropes once more, even though they are in the lead right now.
Xanterez. We saw him win the drop last round. Thinking about doing it again. Peculiar David was in the open and then through the smoke. He tried to slide past it and catch off Tugux, but he was staring at it the whole time with intense curiosity, wondering how did that get placed there and what was the intention of it. Well, he certainly found that problem out, but the result is that Mike S takes down at least 1 on B. Space Soldiers come back with 2 of their own and now have the man advantage. It's down to just 2 players remaining on the defensive side, and nearly less as Engine spots up at least 1 behind the tree. In fact, it is less. Tossin goes down to only, and that's it. 14-14, bye-bye money on the CT side.
The pause working out very nicely there for Space Soldiers. After taking that pause, they win 2 in a row. And as you just mentioned, and as we have been alluding to, the money is in tatters now for Penta. The 2 options here. You have to take the map point on the chin, or you try and force up into it and see what you can do. Penta are going to be forcing up in this one. They want glory. They want to make sure they win this one without an overtime. So here we go then. Force spike coming in. 5-7 CZs, Desert Eagles, smoke grenades, flashbangs. No real stack coming in here. Pretty standard setup from them. Grenades going in towards Penta. Not going to hit any players just yet. And you can see Space Soldiers are well aware of the economic situation for Penta. They're playing such a passive game here, waiting for mistakes to be made or people overcommitting to certain situations.
It's forward stance on that A defense as well. 1 in danger, 1 at long. The rest holding station as Space Soldiers, you mentioned it, doing the same, not wanting to overcommit, not wanting to give away the lead early in the round. Knowing the situation that it's very likely to be a forced buy. It'll be the 3rd straight round loss. And a bit more cash in the next, but it's still going to be desperate. As they're going to fall back off that A position, both T side and CT. Bomb in the tunnels right now, dropped intentionally at B. Waiting for some activity that encourages their attack, but so far it's all quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah, nothing really happening as of yet. 30 seconds remaining now. This is where it gets tense, as the CTs are going to be winning the show. And there it is. David P opens it up, takes down the first frag onto Tugux, but only does answer back straight away, getting Crystal. But it's just a flurry of frags coming in right now. The man advantage going in favor of Penta so far.
Problem is that frag was never traded, so that gun's been picked up. Only's going to be in the open. It's a crossfire. Tossin takes him down because Only committed so far in, and now they've got a 2-man advantage on the side that it was saving for the eco, and suddenly they could find themselves onto map point far quicker, and Space Soldiers, they've got to be lamenting the fact that they've given this round away, and Penta, if you've ever needed an eco, that's the time.
Absolutely. What a round that is to come back and take map point. Look at the money as well for Space Soldiers. They've got nothing to work with. This is kind of huge. I can't believe that actually happened. David P stepped up. He knew someone did. And he pushes through middle, finds that first frag onto the first terrorist player, and then obviously makes the T's a little bit frantic there. Weren't expecting to lose that frag. They force themselves into B, and then the frags just actually fall away from them. So that's pretty massive. And now, all of a sudden, Penta are in the driving seat. They've got the full buy of guns and weapons and AWPs. And Space Soldiers have 2 pistols and 3 AKs. Not too much utility. So a real chance now for Penta to finish things off right here, right now.
Oh, what an absolute turn of events. Opening pick's going to be crucial right now for Space Soldiers, but Crystal very nearly gets it to go the opposite way. Nugux. Very slightly. Gets himself out of danger regardless, but he's committed to holding off long. This will be a distraction play. They want drop regardless. Mike forced back off the windowsill. Tossin going to give up the arch side as well. They're going to play passive on the drop. That lets Xanteras get in position, but he's going with Tech 9. He wants the information. The rest will play off of him. Damage is done. Xanteras is down to 19, and he's not going to repeat Mike, but here comes Tossin. Very nearly spotted, and that was headshot potential for Xanteras, who rushes first. It's traded. That was the intention all the while. His engine now going to smoke off that archway. It gives a good positional advantage right now to the 2 Space Soldiers that have gone in from long. They've completely given that up. They've overlooked it entirely, and it's another 2 kills to go Space Soldiers' way. Only traded in turn by 1, but a great shot from Crystal. As Only goes down, bombs planted to 2 versus 2. And David's desperate to try and get back through this now dissolved smoke. Crystal's holding the long angle to allow him the motion. It's David who's got to make the play, and it's low HP on Engine, but Desp is sitting on top of the site. He's caught out by Crystal, and surely this is it. Engine the last alive, and it's only 9 HP to work with. Crystal's going to go for the bomb, forces the face. Engine with 1 kill. He may yet get the other. No, David P is going to do it, and that's going to be the map.
Nicely done there, David P. He really has come to life, and some huge moments there. The Penta do avoid overtime with a nice little clutch there from David at the end.